Here's the truth nobody tells you about open houses. Most agents treat them like meet and greets. Shake a few hands, hand out business cards, and then wonder why nobody ever calls back. But what if I told you that the difference between an open house that generates 0 clients and one that books 3 buyer consultations the following week isn't about being more aggressive? It's about having a system. Today, I'm walking you through the exact framework that converts open house attendees into committed clients without a single pushy sales tactic. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete pre-event promotion strategy, a sign-in process that actually captures real leads, rapport-building scripts that feel like conversation, and a follow-up sequence with specific 24-hour, 3-day, 7-day, and 30-day touch points that turn browsers into buyers. Let me start by saying this. If you've ever left an open house feeling like you met a lot of people but couldn't remember who was serious and who was just killing time on a Sunday afternoon, you're not alone. The problem isn't that open houses don't work. It's that most agents are winging it. They're relying on charm and hoping someone raises their hand and says, "I'm ready to buy right now." That almost never happens. Real buyers need nurturing, they need value, and they need a reason to choose you over the 15 other agents they'll meet this month. What I'm about to share with you is a system, not a collection of tips, but a repeatable process that works whether you're holding a luxury listing or a starter home. This system has 3 parts: what you do before the open house to attract the right people, what you do during the open house to build rapport and gather intel without feeling like a used car salesman, and what you do after the open house to stay top of mind and move people toward commitment. And here's the best part. It doesn't require you to be pushy. It doesn't require scripts that sound robotic. And it doesn't require you to chase people down. It just requires intention and consistency. Let's start with the part most agents skip entirely. Pre-event promotion. If you're just sticking a sign in the yard on Saturday morning and hoping people show up, you're leaving money on the table. The goal of pre-event promotion is to attract real buyers who actually match the property and your ideal client profile, not just neighbors who want to see the inside of the house on the corner. Here's how you do it. First, you promote the experience, not just the address. Instead of saying, "Open house this Sunday, 123 Main Street, 1 to 3 p.m., you highlight 3 to 5 key benefits that matter to your target buyer. Maybe it's the view, maybe it's the school district, maybe it's the commute time to downtown, maybe it's the price point. Your social posts, your email, your text reminders, they all need to answer the question, why should I care? For example, tour a move-in ready home with a private backyard, top-rated elementary school 2 blocks away and under 400,000. Open house Sunday 1 to 3. Second, you offer a specific value for attending. This is huge. Don't just invite people to walk through. Give them a reason to sign in. For example, get a customized list of similar homes plus a neighborhood market snapshot when you sign in. Now you've given them something tangible. And signing in feels like an exchange, not an interrogation. Third, use clear directional signage. I'm talking yard signs and A-frames with arrows placed at key intersections leading into the neighborhood. You'd be surprised how many potential buyers drive around for 10 minutes, get frustrated, and leave. Reduce that friction. Your simple promo checklist looks like this: 2 to 3 targeted social posts aimed at your local area and the price bracket that fits the property. An email and text to your database with the date, time, address, and what they'll get if they attend, like that list of similar homes or the fact that you'll have a lender on site. And those directional signs placed the morning of the event. That's it. Not complicated, just intentional. Now let's talk about what happens when someone walks through the door. This is where most agents either do nothing or do way too much. The goal during the open house is twofold. Build rapport so people actually like you and remember you, and gather just enough information to know who's serious and who's not. You do this through sign-in optimization and conversational qualification. Let's start with the sign-in. Keep the form short. Make the reason to sign in clear. Tie it to a benefit. Here's what you must collect: name, mobile number with permission to text, email, and whether they're currently working with a realtor. That's it. Those 4 things. You can add optional qualifiers like do you currently own or rent, or how soon are you planning to move? With simple options like now, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, or just browsing. And my favorite, would you like a quick list of similar homes? Yes or no. Here's how you say it, and this is important because tone matters. Welcome in. Before you look around, could you pop your info on here so I can send you the details and a list of similar homes in the area? If someone hesitates, you say, totally fine. Even just your first name and best text number is enough, so I can send you the property info and any updates. Notice what you're not saying. You're not saying, I need your contact information. You're offering value first, and the sign-in is the vehicle for delivering that value. Use a tablet or offer a QR code as a backup for people who prefer digital sign-in. Some people just don't want to write on a clipboard, and that's okay. Make it easy for them. Once they've signed in, now comes the magic: rapport building and disguised qualification. You qualify buyers by being curious and helpful, not by interrogating them. Your greeting framework is simple. Hi, I'm your name. Thanks for coming by. What brought you out to this neighborhood today? Then follow up with, have you been looking for a while or just starting to explore? Notice you're not asking, are you pre-approved? Or what's your budget right out of the gate? You're opening a conversation. Here are the conversational qualification questions that sound like small talk, but give you everything you need to know. For timing, how long have you been looking? Or when would you ideally like to be in your next place? For motivation, what's prompting the move now? For criteria, what are the 3 things you don't want to compromise on in your next home? For budget, and this one's soft, have you already talked with a lender about what price range feels comfortable, or are you still figuring that out? And for agent status, is anyone currently helping you with your search? Those 6 questions asked naturally over the course of a 10-minute conversation will tell you if this person is hot, warm, or cold. And here's the value bridge that moves the conversation forward without being pushy. Based on what you've told me about wanting feature or price range, I can think of a couple of other homes that might fit. If you'd like, I can send them over after this, and we can set up a private viewing for any that look good. Your mental goal on site is to label each visitor A, B, or C, hot, warm, or cold, based on urgency and whether they already have an agent. And here's the pro move. Add quick notes next to their sign-in entry so your follow-up feels personal. For example, young couple, baby on the way, wants yard, 6-month timeline. Now, when you reach out tomorrow, you're not starting from scratch. You're continuing a conversation. All right, this is where most agents completely drop the ball. Follow-up. You had a great conversation, you collected contact info, and then nothing. Or worse, you send one generic thanks for coming email and never follow up again. The follow-up sequence is what separates top producers from everyone else. And it's not about pestering people, it's about staying present with value at every touch point. Here's the framework. 24 hours, 3 days, 7 days, and 30 days. Each touch point has a specific purpose, and every message is short, specific, and tied to value. Not, "Are you ready to buy yet?" The 24-hour touch is a text or email. The purpose is to acknowledge them, personalize the message, and open a light next step. Here's the template. Hi name. It was great meeting you at the open house on street. You mentioned key detail, new baby, downsizing, commute. I'm sending over the full details plus 2 similar homes that match what you described. If either looks interesting, would you like to see them this week? If they were just browsing, you adjust. Hi name, nice chatting at the open house. Since you're just starting to explore, I'll send a short neighborhood snapshot so you can get a feel for prices and trends. If any questions come up as you look, reply here anytime. Notice the tone, helpful, not salesy. The 3-day touch is where you add insight and show you are listening. You might send market or value content. You said area was your top choice. Here are 3 recent sales nearby so you can see where this home fits on price and condition. If you'd like, I can customize this to your budget and preferred features. Or you invite action. There's a new listing that ticks your boxes on feature. Want me to send a quick video tour? You're giving them something useful, and you're making it easy to say yes. The 7-day touch is where you move serious prospects toward commitment and keep browsers nurtured. For hot leads, you say, "You mentioned wanting to be moved by month." If it helps, we can spend 20 minutes mapping out a simple search game plan and what to expect with financing and offers in this market. Would daytime or daytime be better for a quick call? For lower urgency leads, I've set you up on a light search alert for homes in area price range. If any criteria change, budget, area, must-haves, reply here and I'll adjust it. You're being proactive without being pushy. The 30-day touch is where you re-engage and re-qualify. Life happens, priorities shift, and someone who was warm a month ago might now be hot, or they might have paused their search. Here's what you say. Checking in since it's been about a month since we met at address. Are you 1. Still actively looking? 2. Just keeping an eye on the market? Or 3. Put things on pause for now? I can adjust what I send you so it actually helps. If they're still warm, you offer a more strategic step. A buyer consult, an updated pre-approval conversation, or a curated tour of 3 to 4 homes. You're meeting them where they are, and you're giving them options, not pressure. Now, here's the part that makes this whole system better over time. Post-event ROI analysis. After each open house, run a simple scoreboard so you can refine what's working. Start by capturing basic numbers, total visitors who signed in versus estimated walk-ins, qualified leads, how many are not working with an agent and plan to move within 12 months, hot leads, how many are ready within 3 months, have clear criteria, and replied to at least 1 follow-up. Then track outcomes over 60 to 90 days. Showings booked from open house attendees, buyer consultations held, active buyer agency agreements signed, and offers written and closed deals that originated from that open house. Calculate your ROI by looking at direct costs, ads, signs, refreshments, printed materials, and time cost, setup, the event itself, follow-up. Then measure revenue, gross commission income from closed deals, traceable to that open house, including buyers and any sellers they referred. Here's your basic formula. Lead cost equals total cost divided by number of qualified leads. Appointment rate equals consultations plus showings divided by qualified leads. Conversion to client equals signed buyers divided by qualified leads. Conversion to closing equals closed deals divided by qualified leads. Review these numbers monthly and keep doing more of the events that deliver the best conversion, not just the most foot traffic. Maybe you find that Sunday afternoons in a certain neighborhood with a specific price point and promoted through Facebook ads consistently generate the best leads. Do more of that. Maybe Thursday evening, open houses bomb every time. Stop doing those. The data will tell you where to focus. Let me give you a quick cheat sheet to keep this whole system tight and non-pushy. At sign-in, your goal is to get usable contact info. Your key line. Pop your info here so I can send details in similar homes. Next step, you ask for permission to text and send details. During the tour, your goal is to understand motivation. Key question. What's prompting the move now? Next step, offer a list of matching homes. For timing, you're gauging urgency. Key question. When would you ideally like to be in your next place? Next step, suggest a consult or tailored search. For agent status, you're seeing if they're a free lead. Key question, is anyone currently helping you with your search? If the answer is no, you offer to be that resource. At the 24-hour follow-up, you're warming the connection. Key line, here are 2 similar homes based on what you told me. Ask about a private viewing. At 3 to 7 days, you're moving to commitment. Key line, want a 20-minute game plan call? Book a consult or showing. At 30 days, you're re-qualifying or nurturing. Key question, are you active, browsing, or paused? Then adjust frequency, content, and ask accordingly. Here's what this system does. It turns open houses from random events into predictable lead generation machines. You're not hoping someone falls in love with the house and begs you to represent them. You're creating multiple opportunities to provide value, build trust, and stay top of mind until they're ready to move. And because you're tracking everything, you get better every single time. Now, if you're thinking, this sounds great, but I don't have time to manually track every lead, write personalized follow-ups, and run ROI reports after every open house, I get it. That's where automation and systems come in. At 90 Marketing and Media, we help agents build these exact follow-up sequences using CRM automation, personalized video, and SMS campaigns that feel human but run on autopilot. About 80% of what I just shared is manual execution. The conversations, the rapport building, the personal touch. But the other 20%, the follow-up cadence, the tracking, the lead scoring, that's where we help you accelerate implementation so nothing falls through the cracks. Let me leave you with this. The agents who dominate their markets aren't the ones who work the hardest. They're the ones who work the smartest. They have systems. They have follow-up sequences. They track what works and do more of it. And they understand that conversion isn't about being pushy. It's about being present, being helpful, and being consistent. If you implement even half of what we talked about today, your next open house will generate more qualified leads than your last 5 combined. So here's your action plan. Before your next open house, set up your promotion strategy, write those social posts, send that email, order those signs, create your sign-in form with those must-have fields and the offer of value. Write down those 6 conversational qualification questions and practice them until they feel natural. And build out your follow-up sequence. 24 hours, 3 days, 7 days, 30 days. If you do those 4 things, you'll be ahead of 95% of agents out there. This script was generated using an AI employee built in Claude by the Lesix agency. Video produced with HeyGen using an avatar trained on the voice and likeness of Lesix founder Robert Lee. For more information about how Lesix can grow your business, schedule a free profitability planning session at lesix.agency.